I like the station model, where you set up 4 or 5 stations and have the kids rotate stations every 5-10 minutes. It keeps them active. It keeps the kids moving around. You hit on different, you can have 5 different ground ball stations where you're working on the same thing but 5 different drills. 5-minute rotations, 5 stations, 25 minutes. Kids are in and out. No standing around. Okay? If you want to take batting practice, you don't need one coach throwing and one kid hitting. Just buy a bunch of wiffle balls. You could have, with wiffle balls, you could have 6 kids hitting at one time. And the beauty about that is with wiffle balls, you could have the kids practice their throwing. So you got the kids pitching, practicing their throwing mechanics, 1 kid hitting, practicing their hitting mechanics. You have 6 kids hitting at a time, 6 kids throwing at a time. That's 12 kids that are active instead of 1 kid active and everyone else picking up and chasing baseballs. And the beauty about wiffle balls is they don't go very far. So you can have 6 kids hit. You don't need a field, okay? You just need a little bit of a green space, and you can do all that there. We never take batting practice at the high school level. Never. We just don't do it. It's a waste of my time. All right? We hit wiffle balls. And Dave was talking about, Dave went out and bought a bunch of wiffle balls for his team, right? And wiffle ball bats. You could have the smaller kids hit with wiffle ball bats, or they could hit wiffle balls with their regular bat. Wiffle balls aren't going to break.
Doesn't hurt their arm either.
Right. You can throw forever.
We don't do it either. If we hit batting practice, it's situationally. Runner on first, 1 out. Runner on second, no outs. Runner on third, less than 2 outs. We put situations. We just don't, but there's a lot of high school teams that just hit. Okay, there's a really, we do mechanical stuff in the cage, working on our mechanics with another coach. So we have 2 hitting stations, and then there's a 3rd hitting station for wiffle balls, a 4th hitting station for tees. So you got situational, you got mechanical work, you got flip work, and you got tee work.
Yeah, for the 4, 5s, and 6, you can set up 6 or 8 tees. Just have them hitting off a tee. All right? I mean, tees are pretty cheap. You can get, I don't know how many, if you've given tees to certain teams, I'm not quite sure, but, you can, and then you can have, a tee station of 6 kids, and then 1 coach, starting to pitch underhand, starting to get them to hit actually a live ball. I mean, there's so many different things you can do with wiffle balls that you can't do with the baseball model, the batting practice model.
And your whole point is to make the swing game sound. It won't break down under game conditions the faster it goes. I say if my swing is solid, then all I have to do is start my swing quicker if it's a faster pitcher. This is for the older kids, okay? But, that's why we do it constantly, okay? You can adjust to pitchers, okay? He's faster. We're not going to grip the bat tighter. Actually, we're going to be looser. Just like if you want to throw the ball harder, you have a looser grip, not a tighter grip. So you just start, and you keep the same swing, and by Jove, you hit the ball hard. Because the harder you throw it, and if you get it started right, the farther it's going to go.
I hope this makes sense. Again, if you come to a practice organization clinic, we'll start going over the certain drills that you can do. But I want to just plant in your mind the importance of stations, stations, stations. Keep the kids active.